Good morning. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to thank the host, Vice President Mori, and all of the distinguished participants. I have learned a great deal from the past sessions, and I hope to share some of the things that we have learned from Kasetsart University. Kasetsart University is one of the old universities, public universities in Thailand, and we are a comprehensive university, and we are one of the 9 universities designated to be the National Research University since 2 years ago, 2009. We have 59,000 students and over 3,000 staff members, teachers, and more than 6,000 supporting staff. 4 campuses scattered all over Thailand. The main one is in Bangkok, and we have one in Kamphaeng San, which is west of Bangkok, in Sriracha, which is near Pattaya, and in the northeastern part of Thailand in Saskatchewan. 26 faculties overall, 20 institutes and centers, training stations, and 4 radio broadcasting stations, very popular, especially among the farmers. There are several fields of studies. The largest one is agriculture. We have traditional agricultures, fisheries, forestry, veterinary medicines, and other supporting departments. Science, engineering is now the biggest faculties in the university. 1/3 of the students are in engineering. That is mainly because of the large demand from Thailand. We are public universities, so we are supposed to produce graduates to serve Thailand. Education is one of the most popular faculties. Social science, economics, business administration, humanities, arts, health and welfare. We don't have medical school though. And we have 40 international programs and a lot of training courses. Well, let's come to some of the lessons learned from Kasetsart University. The biggest point is, the beginning. Is it the want, the need, or the demand, for the internationalization of domestic students? Is it from the student, from their parents, or is it really the want of the university? Is it the needs of the country? Is it the needs of the world? So we have to really analyze this and answer the questions and look at the mission and objectives of universities before we can set the plan to see what we need to do. Changes are all around us, and it brings challenges. Well, we all know about climate change and all the effects that's happening to all of us. It snowed in Buenos Aires, and they are expecting that it will snow in Bangkok. But the biggest change or challenge may come from China. And we know the current crisis in MENA, in Middle East and North Africa. Right now, we are likely to have domino effects throughout the world. The challenges of feeding 9 billion people by 2050, we will have to share all of the concerns, and we will share all the pain if we don't have enough food for everyone. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing. Well, change brings about challenges, and challenges will need change in all of us. Charles Darwin said this a long time ago, over 100 years ago. In the long history of humankind and animal kind too, those who learn to collaborate and improvise most effectively have prevailed. So we have to change, and we have to collaborate. And this is true. till the end of time. Kasetsart University is proud to be able to create learners. In times of change, learners inherit the earth. While they learn, find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. So everyone should have to deal with change. It is very important, and what they learn from the universities will become obsolete. When I learned in universities a few decades ago, it would become obsolete in 10 years. But right now, it may become obsolete in a few years. But most importantly, we create leaders, and I'm very happy. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear, KU profile, for example. Kyoto University is creating international leaders. It is one of the most important points. Being one of a few public universities that attracts the best students in Thailand. We are proud to produce next generation leaders, and the fact is we attract high quality international students, and those students will go back and have gone back to become leaders in their country. The point is, 10 years after they graduate, one example, the professor is still professor, but the student became the permanent secretary in their country already. And it has a lot of things. We need high quality human resources, and we need the leaders. Well, leadership is about coping with change. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. And most importantly, leaders aren't born, they are made. We have to have a good plan for them. We need to support them. They need to be structured development. The first key success factor is really setting the right goals. Have a good vision for the output and the outcome. We can see this. We can get the leaders who think they have the world, in their hands, or they can love the world, or they can be ready to see the world. Which one fits the prospect graduates from your university? We can provide a lot of things to our students: world-class facilities, courses offered in English, international curriculums, international professors, international experience, international environments, scholarships, everything is ready for them. It is possible to do that. At least in some of the schools, some of the faculties from the beginning. But we have to really think about it with all the opportunities that we can provide to the students. The first step has to be taken by the students. They need to be motivated. They need to want it. They have to realize that they need it. So not just opportunities, it has to be challenging opportunities for them. And sometimes motivations can come from inspiration. But most often, it comes from competition. That's what makes the world it is today, what it is today. That's about evolution. Without competition, the world would not change. Competition brings, the desire to change, the desire to be better. Competition is good as long as it is backed by high moral. The other key success factor for us is communication. In Thailand, we always talk about a frog in a coconut shell. And the frog would think that the coconut shell is the world. Well, the changes that happen in the world right now expand the coconut shell a little bit. In science, they say the coconut shell under the coconut shell is the system, right? With the transportation and advancing transportation with the internets, the shells around us, the space around us expands. And it is rather vital for us to communicate to all the stakeholders in our universities, at least, not just the student, to see the importance to change, to see that they have to change, to see that they have to be better, they have to be internationalized so that they can stay competitive, so that they can have competitive advantage. And it can be really difficult, when the small guys want to talk to the big guys that, oh, brother, you have to change. It is not easy because, sometimes the big guys can get really angry. And students can get angry, they have their own world. The important point is to create a culture. Well, the next sentence is the next phrase is a bit difficult for me to pronounce. Institutionalized and internationalization culture. Well, the culture, we have to share attitudes, to share values, to share goals and practice, so that we're all moving towards the same goal. And it has to be a total commitment in the whole university. We have to communicate and let people see the whole forest, not just single tree. So all of those components cannot be a standalone components. They have to all integrate together. They have to work together. And Charles Darwin said that collaboration is one of the most important factors for us to prevail. We have to look at the end-user-oriented attitudes. We have to look at importance of innovation. And there are many things that I have learned from here. The website, the marketings, the peer advisors, for example, many things, and this is the arena, this is the place that we can share things with each other, and I'm really appreciate that I have a chance to come here and share one of the things with you. Total commitment by university is a critical factor. We need to revise policies to enable collaboration, and our colleague from Wuhan University stressed that and went into a great detail. Thank you very much. And we need to establish education network. We need to upgrade the facilities, provide scholarships, do everything that we can. I will go through this one very shortly. We have to make sure that the policies support our activities. We need a network so that we can pool and rationalize limited resources and provide the leverage that is really needed so that we can improve resource mobilizations and we can do things much more than what we have by only ourselves. Kasetsart University have a lot of collaborations. The bilaterals, more than 200 agreements, the multilateral agreements, Asia Uninet, SMU, GMS. These are the agreements that established by Thai government, the UMAP. We work with the AAD, CIRCAS, Erasmus Mundus, a lot of things. Choices, the next key success factor. We have to provide choices to our students. Special study visit, for example, the visit to Kyoto University, to TUA, to Tennessee, to Europe. A lot of things are being done by the MBA program, by the master and PhD levels. The visits are very important. They expose students to the world, the short-term exchange, summer session abroad, internship abroad, study abroad, the common things. But I'd like to tell you more about the double degree. We find it very interesting that in one of the newest international degree that we have, One degree have 5 double degrees with 5 universities in Europe. And I think it attracts the best students to us. It's in entrepreneurial economics, and the majors are in IT, in ag business, in hospitalities, and other things. To conclude, I provide you a lot of C's. Change creates learners, leaders, challenging opportunities, competition, communication, culture, commitment, campus facilities, improvement, collaboration, choices. But maybe the most important C is the one that you don't see here. It's the care. Kasetsart University cares. And that's what makes us like another daddy or mommy to our students. And when they graduate, they are our family. I began my talk with change. I end it with change. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. And I hope if I see you next time, I will change too. I will provide you with no C and a lot more A's. Thank you very much.